Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for hanging out with me for another Memory Planning Monday video. As you can see, I'm about to be back in my project life, so if you'd like to see what I'm going to do, stick around. What's up, Chappy fam? How's it going? It's Jen with ChappyPlans. Happy Monday. I am glad to be back in my project life. This is my absolute favorite scrapbooking project thus far. I am going to be sharing a process video for week 19. Last week I shared a Disney album process video. Anywho, this week was Mother's Day week, and it was kind of a busy week towards the end. In the beginning, I didn't have a ton of photos. So as you can see, sorry if these gross you out, but these are caterpillars. We get them every year for Nora because she loves to watch them become chrysalides, and then she takes them to school to release them with her classmates. And we've been doing this since we homeschooled her at the beginning of the pandemic in kindergarten. So keeping the tradition of the caterpillars. Also this week, we got Nora a giant trampoline, assembled it together. It took us only about an hour and a half. And so she had a friend over for the first time, and that's her and her friend there playing. And then the next day she got sick and had to stay home. So there she is taking a nap on me, and it was nice out, so I let her go outside. That's why she's in her pajamas here, and just playing with the basketball. No jumping though, because she had a terrible cough. So she did stay home a couple days. This was, I think, yeah, this was right after she was starting to feel better. And then that Friday we went to a Valley Cats game, which is our local minor league team. And there's Nora with Southpaw, who's the mascot. And then this is just a picture. She wanted to take a picture with me before we went. So that's us together. And then Saturday, it was Mother's Day weekend. So Saturday we went to our local city, has a tulip fest. It's the city of Albany. Is originally a Dutch settled city, and so Tulip Fest is something that they do every year. This year was the 70th or 75th. And so I have some double photos here I'm going to make a flip up with, but I basically took photos of a lot of different tulips and then made a little collage using the Diptyque app, and then put Nora and I in the middle there. And then I love this picture of Nora on her daddy's shoulders as we're leaving, and she looks way too old to me there. Like, doesn't she look older than 7? Anyhow, so for Mother's Day, I took a picture of Jeeves snuggling me. He lays on me like a baby sometimes. It is adorable. And so that was like just the perfect start to my weekend, snuggles with the kitty in bed. And I asked for McDonald's breakfast and Starbucks. So that's what my husband brought me Saturday morning, and I ordered myself a new printer to start trying to do printables at home. So I got the Epson EcoTank ET2803. Still trying to figure it out, not tech savvy. And then we did some shopping after we went to Tulip Fest. So I got myself a new fanny pack from Lululemon and a couple of things from Old Navy and Gap, and then Zara. And then my mom came over for dinner Sunday after church, and Nora put her hair in pigtails. So I thought that was funny and took that picture. She's probably going to be not thrilled that I shared that with the interwebs, but those photos are going to stay underneath. And these photos are going to go right on top like this. And then I have a photo of the 3 of us at the Tulip Fest. And something I made, I went back in time in my camera roll and found some photos of Nora riding. This same company has brought their ponies to Tulip Fest forever. And to most of these like fairs and things in the area, it's always the same company. So we're familiar with this woman here who's walking. This is Cupcake. I don't know who these horses' names are, but this was her first ever Tulip Fest. She's like 2.5, 3, which is why I'm like holding her on the horse. And it's super blurry, but it's the only picture I had. And then there she is. She's like 4, and this is, you can see her on the pony there. Focus. So cute with her little baby hunter boots. And then this was, oh, I don't know, maybe like 4.5, 5 years old. I think that's like, no, yeah. And then this was this year. So I just thought that was fun. A fun little story to keep in my project life. And then just another photo from Tulip Fest. It's Nora and I, and then Nora looking so big, playing on the playground, kneeling in front of the tulips. So I'm going to speed up the camera and get started. So let's go, let's go. This process video took me, like an hour and 40 minutes in real time between like picking out the cards, journaling, all that kind of stuff. If I stuck to a kit, I think I could probably get one of these done in an hour, but I don't stick to kits. I go by color. That's just the way it is. And in this situation, I'm using a whole bunch of different elements, but mostly the embellishments are all from various Heidi Swap, either story kits or stories by the month. And I'm going to use these alphas. I'm trying to use up what I have. These are older alphas from Heidi Swap. And I chose this aqua blue color because I feel like, you know, it goes well. And I didn't want it to pop out too much on the photos. I just wanted it to be like almost like they're not even there, like a shadow, which I think that I achieved that effect. Sometimes when I choose my alphas, I want them to be like really bold and bright and kind of not take away, but I guess be more, it's more obvious that I'm featuring those, right? But in this situation, I just wanted to have a little bit of color and a little bit of texture. So I chose these translucent alphas. And then I went with, for like my recurring theme, besides the alphas, I chose those little cork butterflies. I don't remember what kit they're from. They're definitely Ali Edwards though. But for whatever reason, I felt like, I don't know, cork and the butterflies went perfectly with this sort of springy, well, it's definitely a springy spread. It's happening in spring, right? And then I just hauled these puffy stickers from the Paper Person shop, and the blue shades of blue in those stickers are perfect for this week's spread. So I use those. And then this green funky grid washi, it's a very pretty, interesting shade of green. It's kind of like an olive green, and that comes from Robin's Planning Nest, who actually I am a ambassador / rep for. So I have a link in my bio always for her stickers and washi. And then I'm using some of these older Ali Edwards word strip sheets. Actually, one is new. I think one is maybe from Make, and then the other one is from Good. Those are the two story kits. Those vellum hearts are from the Wander story kit. That's another repeated element I use. And then the journaling cards are either the stories by the month or story kits, all from Ali Edwards. I at one point had picked out a couple of Studio Calico cards, but then I ended up not even using them. I always cut out my journaling because I feel like that does cut down on the time of this video process. And then I'm using these alphas now to spell out boing, which I think is so funny, especially because I put them on the trampoline, and in retrospect, I should have probably had them be a little bit crooked and look like they were bouncing, but oh well. You live and you learn, right? And so I learned this little trick of adhering like 2 3x4 photos to a 4x6 piece of computer paper from Leilani Scraps and Plans, because it helps them stick together and slide into the pockets a lot easier. So that was like a huge help, even though it's like a small tip. And then I'm just looking for a way to embellish this picture of Nora and I go through all the chipboard and decide I don't like any of them, although I almost settled on that Just Happy. But instead I use this cork speech bubble, which I totally learned the hard way. You cannot use anything really but stays on to stamp on it. So the other side has that light blue camera that didn't turn out super clear. I mean, it does work, but not great. So I ended up flipping it over, using the other side, and using stays on. And I like the image that it made much better. And then I use my tiny attacher to attach not only the vellum hearts, but also the cork piece as well. I just think that the extra added texture of the tiny attacher staples brings a little something something. And of course, cannot leave it without a little puffy heart sticker. And then for this last photo on the bottom left, I am going to, again, attach both of the 3x4 pieces I have there. So the picture and then the note card and do some journaling about our day and the fact that Nora got to get her picture with Southpaw. So that finished up the left side of the spread, and then the right side I'm moving over to again, using that computer paper trick, and then I am going to use, I was originally going to use, this is where I was going to use the Studio Calico 3x4s, but instead I used the 4x6, and that way I can keep both of those photos nice and secure. I'm using some transparent tape to create a flip up, and I'm sure there's a better way to do this. I don't know. I'm lazy and I just go with transparent tape. And then I'm picking out another heart embellishment to go over the picture of Nora and Matt, so that I have my little like trio of similar products across both pages of the spread. And then I pull off this sentiment from the June Stories by the Month stamp set. And I love how it turned out with the So Much Goodness in this right here. I think that looks super cute. And putting a little butterfly on top of the photo of Nora and I with all the different tulips, and I will add a couple of word strips to that because I think it looks a little bit too lost on the photo. But before I do that, I'm going to just put a couple of word strips and a puffy sticker on these black and white photos, and then I'm going to stamp Mother's Day at the top with these alphas that are from Paper Person. I just hauled these and I love Paper Person stamps. These are called, hold on, let me look. Betty. Betty is the name of this alpha set from Paper Person. And I just placed a ginormous haul because everything was 40% off. So there I go. I'm stamping Mother's Day. I sped it up super fast because it's really not that exciting. And then I decide to add a sentiment from that same stamp set from Ellie Edwards. It says Moments to Remember. And it didn't come out that great, but it's fine. I really just wanted to add a little something in the bottom right corner. And then I just layered some washi tape and did my journaling there, did journaling on that 3x4 card. There I go, embellishing the little cork butterfly with work of art. And I trimmed this one down. It says good stuff. And that's going to be that. I'll journal on these tags. And the prompts say, right now I see, and I wrote, my beautiful, amazing little family. I love us three, the many adventures we enjoy, the way we're all growing and learning how to live together. And right now I see a rainbow of color, nature's amazing gift of tulips. So many varieties, bright, gorgeous, and lovely. Lots of people enjoying them. And then I'm going to add I put it in the pocket and I thought it looked a little plain, so I added a tiny cork butterfly there. And then the last of we'll make my third use of that vellum heart. I'm going to go with the green one and take those alphas so that there are, again, three photos where I've used these alphas and spell out Tulip Fest, and I put 2023 in the top of the heart. Not sure that I love it, but it's fine. It probably would have been better if I had just left Tulip Fest, but it is what it is. I'm not going to go and take it out now. And there's definitely times where I had to go back and stamp the dates on the photos because I'm the worst at remembering to do that. Gonna embellish this little photo collage here, this mini collage, and I just journaled, Nora has always loved riding ponies at Tulip Fest, because I'm going to do some more journaling about that photo underneath it in a few minutes here. And there I go, going back to stamp the dates because I forgot. My bad. And then this bottom pocket is intended for a 4x6 card, but instead I'm going to use two 3x4 cards taped to computer paper again. And I'm going to journal this and that. Nora looks way older than 7, especially with those sunglasses. This and that, copy paste. That's how I often feel when I see pics of Nora, and I don't know if I'll ever get used to it. And this and that, Nora climbed this little structure herself after having a mini freak out about it. She was so proud of herself, so were we. And then I stamp 1, 2, and 3 on each of the little photos that correspond with the 3x4 card mini stories there. And then I just embellish it with a couple of cork butterflies and have to do my journaling for then and now, which is about the little story there of Nora loving the pony rides at Tulip Fest and how that's always been something that she's enjoyed doing. And that's going to wrap it up. I really enjoyed sharing this week with you. One thing I didn't get into was the journaling on that top right 3x4 card, and that's just about, it says celebrating this/these things right now, and that's a card that came in one of the most recent story kits, I think, or stories by the month, either one. And I'm just saying I'm celebrating Nora being all better because she was home earlier in the week with a cough, and so I was glad that she was able to go to the baseball game and be better for Mother's Day. And so you can enjoy the close-ups here. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss my content. And thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and remember that you are enough. See you next time. Bye.